This is the Human Values Collective weekly meditation group, and what we're going to do here today is to develop a relationship with a very special place deep within us. You could say your heart. It's funny, the word for heart in French is cœur, the core, right? The depth, the deepest part of you, where magic, courage, inspiration happens. When you're inspired by someone, when you see someone doing something really cool and you're like, oh man, I want to do that. Where do you feel that inspiration? Where do you feel that joy? Some people say their chest. Some people say their heart. It hit me to my core. It's this place deep inside. And what we teach and learn in the Human Values Collective is that there's many different layers of our being. The physical layer of us, the intuitive layer, the emotional layer, the mental layer, and then there's a spiritual layer. A spiritual part of us, a non-physical part of us. In a lot of the books that we've read together, we give a name to that part of us. We call it our higher consciousness or high C. Some other teachers use the word inner being as like this inside of you. And you could say it's both. It's both inside of me, it's outside of me, because it's not like our body. It's not like a fixed point in space. It's a part of us that's very expansive. So in order to illustrate that, we're going to do a meditation tonight called the light meditation. This is a meditation that uses symbolism, specifically the symbolism of the light, because the subconscious mind understands images much more clearly than it understands words. So this is something, for example, that children are really good at, but for some reason adults might have a hard time, is visualizing the light, visualizing, thinking of like a candlelight. So we're going to use the light to represent all that is good in the world, all that's good for everyone, right? That part that exists in each of us, that when we can bring it out, then we really, really shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And when we let that part shine, oh man, it's good for the world. I was singing a song at Whole Foods last night. Maybe not out loud, maybe in my head I was singing a song and these ladies stopped and said, what are you so happy about? You know, I got a song in my heart. Oh, can you sing it? And I sang for them in the frozen food section at Whole Foods. What a lovely interaction. I left feeling more love and joy, and they did too. And that's why we practice, so that when we meet other human beings, what we transmit is our joy. Plenty to be angry about, stressed out about. We're tired. We're trying to move forward on our goals. We're taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We might feel stuck. We're trying to be a good person in the world. And sometimes it feels like we're the only person trying to be a good person. All those things are true. And it's the path we chose. We said, I'm going to do my best to be a good person because it's helpful to the world. And I want to be a good person also means I want to be happy, because happy people make other people happy. So if there's a reason why you think I shouldn't be happy, because if I'm too happy, then I'm going to make someone feel bad, well, let's make an agreement to stop it. Stop dimming your light because you're afraid other people will go blind. Actually, when you turn up the light, when you turn up your joy, when you turn up your love, you feel better and everyone around you feels better. If you're playing a game of cards, don't you want to play with a full deck? If you're going on a road trip, don't you want a full tank of gas? And that's what we're doing here on Sunday nights, is refilling the tank. Refilling ourselves with love, goodness, spirit, light, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter what we call it. We're here to feel good, because if we feel good, it's good for everyone around us. But how do we do that? Because there's a lot of intrusive thoughts going through my head about how I'm not a good enough this, and I'm not a good enough that, and I'm not a good enough teacher, and I'm not a good enough person, and oh no, I'm judging people, oh no. Those thoughts are not the truth of who you are. You've heard the phrase, I change my mind. So if my mind changes, what my mind comes up with, or what my head thinks, must not always be the truth, because it changes. I change my mind. How many times today have you changed your heart? Not once. Your feelings change, but your heart remains. I'm so glad we're resonating here. I love that. Love to see it. Thank you for sharing that. Mind changes all the time, heart never changes. Mind changes, thoughts change, beliefs change, but my spirit never changes. I may feel lost and meandering and not knowing where I'm going. My spirit, my inner being, my higher consciousness always knows where I'm going. So let's tune in to our inner being, our higher consciousness, our spirit. Literally, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do now? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel joy? What makes you feel love? That's what you do. That, let your heart guide you, let your spirit guide you, and that's what we're doing here today and every Sunday. Quiet the mind, open the heart, and when you do that, you'll know exactly what to do. So here we go, everyone. Put your feet flat on the floor, or if you're sitting on the floor with your legs crossed, or however is most accessible to you, we're going to put our hands like little cups. This is a subconscious message to our inner being that we're ready to receive. We're going to put that wherever it falls naturally in our lap, and we're going to start to take some gentle breaths. And let's pay attention to, where does the breath originate? That means, where are you breathing from? You could feel, where am I breathing from? Or pay attention to the air as it enters and exits your nostril. Just paying attention to the tip of your nose. And then bring your attention to your hand, your right hand. If your eyes aren't closed, close your eyes. I'm paying attention to my right hand. I can feel that it is there, even though I can't see it. Pay attention to that feeling, the awareness of your hand. You can feel that your hand is there even though you can't see it. That feeling, the tingling feeling, probably increases more when you're paying attention to your right hand. You can feel that feeling. Just as a quick reference, check your left hand. Is your left hand tingling as much as your right hand? Not yet. It's not. Because what you pay attention to gets more energy. So we're going to pay attention to this feeling in our right hand. It's the feeling of aliveness. It's literally the energy of life flowing through your right hand right now. It's flowing through your whole body, but we can feel it most in our right hand because that's what we're paying attention to. Now bring your attention back to your heart and imagine a candle there, a little candle light at the center of your heart. Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarvshatru Vina Shanam. They who keep their attention on their heart shall see all evil vanish from life. Evil in this context only means separation, illusion, and not truth. So if we pay attention to our heart, if we shine the light of our attention onto our heart, all the illusion will disappear, all the separation will disappear, all non-truth will disappear, and we're left with the truth of who we are. This is who we are. Now let's imagine this light represents all that is good for everyone in the planet. This light includes love, truth, peace, nonviolence, right action, goodness, reflection, compassion. Compassion isn't just like the right and nice thing to do. We do it because we feel good. We practice it because we feel good when we have compassion. And when we feel good, we can give more compassion. And when we give compassion, we feel better, and so on and so forth. So the more we pay attention to that, the more it grows. The light is growing now. We feel it filling up our chest. Imagine sending the light to your head. Let's ask the light to help us to think good thoughts. Think good thoughts, especially right as we wake up in the morning. Start thinking good thoughts, paying attention to that which we want to grow. And if a negative thought comes in, we increase the light, send the light to our head again, and watch how the untruth, the intrusive thought, the negativity melts in the light of your attention. Your attention is like a flashlight, and you can shine it onto different things to shine the light of your attention, your consciousness. Where there is light, there can be no darkness. So now in our head, all we have is positive thoughts. We're going to ask that light to continue to help us to think good thoughts. Bring the light down again to your heart. We're going to ask the light to help us to feel good feelings. Feelings of joy, courage, acceptance, contentment, compassion, kind-heartedness, support, encouragement. Whatever we send out, we receive. Bring the light now to your hands. Now both hands are tingling as we're paying attention now to both hands at the same time. Amazing. And we're going to ask the light to help us to do good things, to do good actions, to do things that are going to help others and help us. To put more love and more freedom into the world, to make a positive impact in the lives of others. Because no greater feeling will come to us than to help others feel good about themselves. Now we're bringing the light down our abdomen, our pelvic area, our legs, our knees, our shins, our calves, and into our feet and our toes. We're going to ask the light to help us to walk to good places, to meet good people, to carry us bravely towards the goal of our life, whatever that may be, surely to bring more love and more peace into the world. To have the courage to keep moving forward. It doesn't matter how fast, one step at least each day in the direction of that which feels good to do and feels good to have done, baby. And now, like, we're imagining the light at the base of our spine, moving up each and every vertebrae, healing any part of our back that's experiencing tension, soreness, usually reflecting of something we're carrying physically or emotionally in our lives. And once the light moves up each and every vertebrae and reaches the top of your spine, imagine fingers of light gently massaging your shoulders and your neck, and imagine any weight that you're carrying emotionally just melt off and melts toward the ground, feeling already light. There's light as in luminous, and there's light as in lightweight. We want both. We ask for both, we receive both. And so it is. Let's send the light now to our mouth. Imagine that our mouth is filled with light. We're going to ask that light to help us to say good and kind things only. Sometimes it's so juicy to get into gossip, to get into judgment. Can you believe she did that? Can you believe he said that? I never. It's so addicting, so tempting. It's like a gravitational pull to talk about the negative, the scandalous, the judgment. So we need lots of help with this one. We're asking the light to help us to only say good and kind things, because what we focus on grows. To say good and kind things to others, say good and kind things to ourselves, to look in the mirror every day and say, I see you, you're safe, I love you. Every day. Every day, start tonight. Toothbrush, I love you. Bring the light to your ears. Imagine that your ears are filled with light. Let's ask the light to help us to hear good things, to hear good news, to hear good words. When others say kind things to us, may we actually receive them. Let's not be thinking about something else. Let's not dodge compliments. Let's actually hear what someone is trying to give us, because sometimes the greatest gift that you can give to someone is to receive what they are trying to give you. You can even add a little, I receive that, when someone says something kind to you. And maybe you can respond and say something nice back, but only if it comes from your heart, only if it comes from love, only if it comes from light. Otherwise, you could just receive. It's okay to just receive. Not everything has to be transactional. Bring the light to your eyes and imagine that your eyes are filled with light. Let's see the world through the eyes of love. Let's our heart open when we look, so that we can see not just the physical appearance, not just the emotion, personality, belief, tribal affiliation, but can we see the love and the light within a person? Ask the light to help you to see within someone, because that which is essential is invisible to the eye. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. Let's see what we do want, not what we don't want. For every minute you look at something you don't want, 10 minutes looking at something you do want. Envision it. the vision that you cast, the hope that you maintain, the signal that you broadcast, so powerful. See the world as you wish it to be. See it and be it. Let's send the light to the top of our head, to our crown. You kings and queens, you. And let's send the light out in the form of love and kindness, first to each other. Generously gather here, generously adding your presence. Your presence here is a statement. You are serving each other as you serve yourself, showing up here, sending first the love to each other, then sending the light out to every country, every person, every class, every color, every creed. Send your light to every realm of nature, every animal, every bird, every fish, every insect. To every mountain, every tree, every blade of grass, every lake, every river, and every ocean, so absolutely everywhere imaginable is filled with light. The deepest abyss of the ocean to the highest mountain peak. Now send the light beyond the confines of our planet to every planet in the solar system, to the sun, beyond our system to other systems, to other galaxies, and finally to every corner of the universe till everywhere imaginable is filled with your light. And now, repeating after me, say, I am in the light is in me, I am the light. This is how big you actually are. Hold this awareness just a moment. Keep this awareness. Keep this going even when we're done. Constant integrated awareness means a constant connection to your divine nature, your expansive self, always aware of it as you're going throughout your days. 1 foot in the physical world, 1 foot in the spiritual world. Constant integrated awareness, constantly aware of this part of you, the bigness that you are. And as you continue to be aware of how big you are, focus once more on that little light at the center of your heart. The little light that's always been there, will always be there. It's always available to you to connect with, to guide you. Ask for what you want, and you shall have it. Believe that it is already yours. You shall have it. Let's say thank you to that little light for always being there. Let it continue to shine bright so that it may illuminate the path for anyone lucky enough to be walking alongside you. And from this day forward, let's continue to be the light in dark places. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, stretch out your arms and legs, stretch in any way that feels good. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, reminding yourself of the date and the time and the place that you are. And so grateful that we get to practice. Any response is welcome, or just enjoying this Awarenessing. This awarenessing. Here we go. Value of the week. This is what we practice as a group in the Human Values Collective. Every week there is a value because what we focus on grows. So let's focus on the values that we want to grow within us. All these values are already within you, and we want to embody them even bigger. Big, 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 big. We want to be examples of these values. We want to be mentors, teachers, guides, and helpers in our community. And we do that by pouring in goodness into ourselves. This week, through the lens of peace, let's practice rest. The thought of the week, I will take time to rest. So, dearest community, the objective this week is to increase our awareness in order to take the time we need to rest and recharge. We must become sure that allowing ourselves to rest in this busy world will bring us peace. I'm getting deja vu. I feel like I've done this before. Would anyone like to respond to our value of the week and our thought of the week? Rest. I will take time to rest.
I'll say I'm very excited for this being the value this week because I often beat myself up for like being lazy, but being lazy is a myth and it's just resting. But then when I think I'm resting, but I overthink it, I'm not really resting because I'm overthinking it. So this week, when I'm feeling like I need a break, I'm just going to take a break and I'm going to allow myself to have it.
So lovely, Morgan. Thank you for saying that. I know many of us have felt the same pressure, so that even when we are resting, it doesn't even feel like we're resting because we're thinking about how we're not working. Wow, that's how deep we're in. And that's why it's so lovely that we can practice and model for each other. Role model, by the way, is a word keeps coming up. Role model isn't having it together all the time or having the answers all the time. Role model could be, this is what I'm dealing with right now. This is what I'm working on. This is what I'm trying to get better at. This is how I'm developing personally. That also inspires other people. So thanks for inspiring us, Morgan, today and always. Luisa Fernanda says, give yourself permission to rest. That's when our bodies heal. It rests and restores. Yes. I'm going to trust my local wellness expert over here. Esteban says, so real about the overthinking, killing the rest time. We know it, don't we know it? And Luisa Fernanda, I'm glad you're going to get some rest after your 3 busy days. So in the book Slow Productivity, which comes up a lot because it's just helped me so much with this stuff, after you have a work project, plan a rest project to compensate. So that's a tip. There's a lot of amazing tips in Slow Productivity by Cal Newport. Andrea, please.
Hey all. Good night to everyone. Yes, Morgan, I feel with thinking during the time that we're resting with all the possible things that I could be doing in this moment. So yes. I get that. And I don't know if Javier mentioned, but we're going to Costa Rica we're leaving on Tuesday. And so, Javier and I love the fact that we can work from everywhere we are and like to be available and stuff. But one of our team members in the Human Values Collective leadership team was like, oh, so let's move the meeting that we have while we're in Costa Rica so that you guys can take a break. And I was like, oh, yeah, that would be nice. And so my personal goal for our time in Costa Rica is to do some of what we call the revenue generating tasks for like my business or the organization or like whatever I'm doing, like take out some time to do that, and then the rest of the time be present with my family, aka rest. Like I know that'll be like the challenge for me to be there, and thoughts might come up of like, oh, I should be studying my course or like doing something for the business. But that's my rest project for this next few weeks of like being present there with the family. And I enjoy my job and I enjoy all I do, but like, so like taking that time to do what I need to do and what is the most valuable things that I need to get done, and then like rest, be present for the remaining parts. So I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, excited for this Value of the Week.
Who knew rest was so radical, right? Sarah says, thank you for the meditation. And one day my 3-year-old will appreciate these moments. He heard rest and said, Mommy, scratch my back, but I love you all. And I love this community. Thank you so much for your love, Sarah. Thank you for your generosity. Your presence keeps us going for sure. And I love knowing Alex is listening alongside with us. I know it's having an impact on him already, for sure. Have a good night, Hazel. Thank you, everybody, for your presence. We are excited working on some things in the background, as we're always doing. And as always, we want to send you off with lots of love and reminding you to invite your friends to come and join us every Sunday night so that we can grow this community and make an even bigger impact in the world by increasing love and freedom for all people. If we can work together in peace and harmony, if we can work together, the I and you are we. If we can work together in peace and harmony, yes, if we can work together, how happy we will be. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.
Can you say bye-bye, Javi?
Bye-bye, happy birthday.
Bye, Alex.
Hi, you guys.
Hey.
I enjoyed the meditation, Javier.
Thank you very much, Trace. I'm glad you did.
I almost missed it. I was doing other stuff, and I looked up. I was like, "Oh, it's 8:06. Like, let me
Yes.
see if I can jump in." So I'm glad I was able to jump in.
I'm glad you were. Yeah, thank you so much. I waited for you to get here and then started meditation. I'm really good at vamping. You're
Well, I
amazing,
appreciate
Tracy.
it.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Well, enjoy the night.
You
Bye.
too. Ciao.
Okay, bye-bye,
Good
Javi.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Andrea. I like your hair. It
Bye.
looks good.
Oh, thank you. I was sticking my nose at Alex, not at you.
Huh?
No, that was like sticking my tongue out. But thank you. I
No.
appreciate it.
Kisses. Kisses.